Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower.
The volunteer base that
Oh, yeah.
you've built is
Yeah.
really inspiring,
Yeah.
and also a little terrifying if I'm thinking about that, just because we've tried it in the past and
Yeah.
people are always like, oh man, I have friends that's like, dude, we haven't hung out in 4 months. And it's like, just tell me when you want me to come over, I'll help at the farm. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I would much rather take a day off and go
Yeah.
have a beer with you and hang out than I would you come and work for me at the farm. Like, that's going to stress me out. It's going to
Yeah.
stress you out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, having like really awesome volunteers, someone that can come and uncover and open and close greenhouses, like, has a lot of that just been sort of setting the standard and expectation from the get-go?
Yes, so much so. I'm vetting people through this process because I don't really like those one-off, like, "Oh, I wanna come and help for 2 hours this one time," or, "Let's catch up over I'll come over," like you just said, "and we'll catch
Mhm.
up." Like, no, 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 no. So,
Yeah.
we're working, and I don't wanna teach people the same thing over and over and over again. So, like, when I'm looking for people that wanna help, it's a certain person that wants to dedicate their time, they wanna learn, they, like, treat the farm like it's their farm, and, it's a, like, a longer I'm usually looking for people that wanna help for a season.
Hmm.
Now, the legality of that is, like, if you're for profit, you can't really have volunteers. That's a whole 'nother thing. We're actually working on becoming a nonprofit for many
Oh,
reasons,
okay.
but that's a whole 'nother thing. But, you know, I still take volunteers, and it's worked every single year, and every year have a really consolidated group of people that want to help, and they love it, like, they learn so much, and they all become really good friends, and, like, we're in it together, you know? So, yeah, it's an important piece of my model, and there'll always be, like, 1 or 2 really standout people, like this one I told you about. I mean, I think she's, like, 65 and, like, she's retired, and she loves to be outside and garden, and she wants to come, open
Mhm.
and close tunnel, like, make sure everything's okay, like, there are those people out there. They're out there, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's great, yeah.
Yeah, I know there was a guy at the other farm I worked at, and it was kinda like, we saw a lot of volunteers come and go. They had, farm had a reputation for itself. People, it was just kind of a magnet for a lot of folks.
Yeah,
And, this one guy, and you're like, I think we were transplanting cabbage, and, and on this farm, it's like we're transplanting, 6 300-foot beds, and we're just down there on our hand, we're
yeah.
transplanting by hand through
Ooh,
plastic. And,
wow.
but for the crew, like, it's just kinda any other Tuesday, whatever. And he's out there with us, and you can tell he's struggling. And we're like, yeah, and we kinda look at each other like, this guy's not gonna last.
Yeah,
And, but then fast forward 6 months, and he, like, became a part of the crew. And, he had a pretty good paying job. He traveled a lot, and then he found himself, like, living alone in a more rural
mm,
area, and he was looking for that sense of community and
yeah,
wanting to learn how to take care of himself and grow food and all that sort of stuff. But it got so much to the point where it's like, I think he traveled for work, and he like landed in Atlanta at like 6 a.m., and like the day started at 8. And he like jumped off the plane, got in his car, drove to Walmart and bought like work clothes so that he could
wow,
have something to wear to show up. I mean, like boots, pants, shirt,
yeah.
everything. Just because he was like, no, like, we're like, dude, like, you don't, like, you can show up late or just not show up. Like, remember, you're not getting paid to do this. And, and he was like, no, like, this is important to me. And it was just like,
Wow,
and I think that was the first experience of seeing someone who is not doing it for a paycheck. They just genuinely love the work.
yeah.
And I mean, we get that. Like,
I totally get
yeah,
it.
I get it. That's what, God knows I'm not necessarily doing it for a paycheck.
Right,
And so, but to find people who are just totally bought in and they treat it like it's their own farm
yeah,
is, and So yeah, I if I wanted to add something like that, I think I just need to almost, I mean, what, treat it almost as like an interview application process, like you're hiring somebody?
Yeah, I usually have them come out, like, if someone reaches out, I'll have them come out on their own once,
Mhm.
and we'll kinda do some things together, and I'm kinda just checking out their energy and, like,
Yeah.
you can usually tell, you know? So, yeah, and then I'll start to get them into the process, and, I mean, there's been a couple times where, like, someone just kind of faded out because maybe it just wasn't a great fit, but usually I can tell during that first time, like, if this is a person that's really gonna, like, work. Like, one kinda red flag is people that when they work, they can't talk, and when they talk, they can't work. So,
Yep.
like, they'll be trying to work,
That's
and then
me.
someone says
I
something,
can't work
and
when
then
I
stop
talk.
for 20 minutes, and I'm like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
So, you have to be able to do both. Like, if you wanna be a talker, you gotta continue to work. If you know you can't do both at once, then just work.
Yeah.
Hey there! Tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.